placed our battery, we put in a new filter. And we're going to set that aside for a moment. And then we're going to come over here and replace the bag. This is just Velcroed on here, so it's pretty simple to just get in here and peel the bag away. Like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to peel the Velcro off the bag itself. And the Velcro should peel off relatively easy. It shouldn't stick and fight with you that much. It does usually comes up pretty easy. Every now and then I found a monitor that's got some kind of super glue on it that they fight with you, and sometimes I just throw those away and put new Velcro on. So we're just going to attach the Velcros for the hook and loop connect to each other, and the adhesive is facing out. Then you're going to go to your calibration kit. Let's see if I have a new bag. I do. So this is your new bag. Let me show you what to do with the valve. Let me get a marker. What I always do, these valves are closed right now, so air doesn't get in or out, and we have to open up this valve a little. So what I always do is I put a mark on the valve right where the stem is. You can see that. This is a silly little pen. I was expecting something better. So just mark it, because we're going to rotate this whole thing, and we need to rotate it 1 1/4 turns. But there's a secret, or a warning, when you're moving this thing. You want to make sure that you hold on to the stem and then turn this white part of the turn this whole thing, and so you're going to turn it 1 1/4 turns. I'll show you what can happen if you don't do that right. This brown thing on top does move, so if you're not careful, if you grab this thing and you twist this, that'll come right off, and then you're wide open to the air. The valve is no longer working, and you have to tighten that back down. So when I open these things up, even if I get a brand new one, I always check to make sure that this little brown thing is seated on there tight. And the other thing that can happen is if you twist this the wrong way, if you try to twist this and you're not holding on to the stem, there's a threaded piece that connects the valve to the bag, and what can happen is this whole thing can spin. And if that happens, it could actually disconnect right from the bag. So we don't want that to happen. That's why I said you keep this crank down, and to make sure that the valve doesn't unthread from the bag like this, we could actually take this right off. So oh, whoops, you can't see that, but just be careful. That'll actually come right off. So what we want to do is make sure that when you're opening the valve, hold on to the stem, and then rotate, holding on to this white piece here. Rotate this 1 1/4 turns. Put a little mark on there. My hands are all sweaty, so the mark is off, but rotate that 1 1/4 turns. Make sure the brown thing on top is locked, and that this whole valve hasn't loosened up as you're messing with the bag. Then once you do that, all you're going to do is carefully seat this bag back in here, something like that, and you're good to go. I always arrange it so that the valve is up higher. When you put the bag in, you kind of put the bottom of the bag here and then the top up there, so the valve is on the higher side. There's enough tubing on there to rearrange it any way you want, so don't be too concerned about that, but that's just how I do it. So we've got our bag back in here. This has been opened to the 1 1/4 turns. Everything is secure, it's not loose. This isn't loose. And we're ready to put everything back together now. what you want to do initially is get your tubing hooked back up. I wouldn't screw it together yet, just kind of push it together. Get the little, there's little pins in there, line those up, and then just close the unit up like this. I wouldn't bother putting any screws in it right now, because what you want to do is plug it in, power it up, and let it run, let it do its 15-minute warm-up, and make sure that it goes through its warm-up successfully. That after 15 minutes you'll get a message up here that tells you to refill the purge bag or something like that. Let it go through that whole process. Let it warm up, do the initial bag refill, and start measuring, and make sure there's no errors or warnings that pop up in that process. And then you're ready to start the calibration process itself. So we've just done the hardware side of things. The other side is the actual recording the calibration and resetting the calibration clock on the unit itself. That's a different video. I'm going to make another video explaining exactly how to reset the configuration settings within the unit. If you might remember in this one, when I pulled the battery out, the unit was not powered up. So all of the configuration settings, the clock, the tempco, the digipot settings, those have all been erased. So we have to reset those, but I'll do another video on that.